Hi everyone! Hopefully I'll be pre-filming a few videos today, so I'm in the same outfit. But this is going to be update number 5 to my favorite project pan ever, which is pan those eyeshadows. It's my favorite one to do and watch. So, I have a total of 157 palettes. I used to have like 270, 280. Like a month ago, I did a humongous video of my eyeshadow palette collection and declutter. I had no plans on decluttering, and then all of a sudden I just felt like it. And I decluttered like 46, 45% of my collection, which really surprised me because I thought like I wouldn't want to get rid of much less like half of my collection. So, yeah, I'm down to 157 and I'm still fine with that. So, okay. So first I will obviously show you the palettes I had in first. Let me put them down here so it's not so much of a spoiler. But, okay, let's start with, I go from like the stuff that's been in here the longest to the newest. So I have 5 palettes in here. I usually have one single and 2, but because I still haven't filmed my single eyeshadow declutter, I'm not gonna pull one of those in. What I'm gonna do is just pull an extra palette in this month. So I hit 1 pan, but I'm gonna roll in 2 new palettes. So anyways, let's go ahead with the first one. The first one I randomly rolled was my Jeffree Star Conspiracy palette. It's one of these huge mega palettes. That's like really weirdly shaped, but this is the Conspiracy palette. And I rolled in the shade called Spiraling. Well, I'll show you the palette first. This is what it looks like. And the shade I had was this top corner, like grayish color. Like charcoal gray. It is shimmery. Right at the top of the triangle is where I was focusing my brush, because obviously, I use this shade as either a liner or, here's it upside down so I can show you. Can you see how deep the dip is? Probably not. Here we go. But yeah, the dip is like really deep. Actually, I use it in the outer corner as a liner. I've used it a total of 26 times. So, apparently these shades are like super deep. Here's it swatched, so you can tell like it's a lot, I don't want to say a lot lighter than it looks in the pan, but it's definitely more gray than it looks in the pan. But yeah, it's super pigmented, so the progress is very slow going, I would definitely say. There it is right there. It kind of has like a brown base to it. Once again, I've used that 26 times, but it's staying in because I have not hit pan yet. Hopefully next month. So that's that one. Next is, I'm trying to wipe off my swatch. Okay. Next is the Too Faced Better Than Chocolate palette. I rolled this in a few months ago as well. I got this for free from the cosmetic company store. And so it was literally brand new when I rolled it in. And there is a pan. That shade right here is the one I was working on. It's called Ooey Gooey. There's the pan. These shades are not near as deep as I thought. Like, that is not a deep pan at all. Especially for a Too Faced shadow. I actually used it one day, not expecting to hit pan at all, and it was just like pan. I was like, wow. It is a very crumbly shade, and if you try to use your finger, it gets hard pan immediately. So I was using a brush to avoid that. So maybe that's what got me there quicker. I used it 24 times to hit pan. Obviously, it was a super easy shade to use. It's kind of like this silvery gold shade. You can see my hard pan from using it other times. The shade is called Ooey Gooey. I don't remember if I said that. But I did not use the rest of this palette hardly at all. I think I used this light shimmer like once. I think I used this purple once. I think I used this purple once. Anyways, I will go ahead and swatch it, even though I know it's gonna make it have hard pan. And I'd take the picture at the end, so. There is right here. So it's like this champagne shimmer, and it has like silver flecks in it. It's pretty cool. Yeah, there's the hard pan now. It covered up the pan a little bit. There we go. Yeah. So 24 uses on that one. That was my only pan for this project. Okay. Next is a palette from Glamlite. This is the Hershey Kisses Milk Chocolate palette. It's one of those that has fingerprints all over it. There we go. It's a little better. Here's what the palette looks like. I'm sure you can tell which shade is in this project. It's this gold in the bottom corner. The only other one I've used in here, I think, is this shimmer at the top. Glamlite shimmers have one of my favorite formula ever. There you can see the dip. I'm just so tired of warm tone golds right now that I'm struggling to use this. I've used it 11 times. I know I've used it for the past 3 days, but it's honestly such a beautiful shimmer. Like, it's like a mirror, not super glittery, but it's very shiny. Yeah, nice dip in it there for sure. I love this palette. I'm just really over it. Like, look at that next to the Too Faced one. That's crazy. That's literally like one swipe. And look at my fingers still. Like, that's so crazy. Yeah, Glamlite shimmers are literally amazing. But there's just a tiny dip going on this. So this will stay in. They don't have shade names. Next is a ColourPop palette. This is the first ColourPop palette I've gotten this year, which I'm so surprised about because not anymore. No, yeah, most of my collection is ColourPop. Maybe not most, but like probably close to half. Maybe not. Anyways, this is the ColourPop Going Coconuts palette. All of these palettes and shades are randomly selected, by the way. So that's why I'm so surprised. Like, I don't select any of my shades. I like to do it the old school pan those eyeshadows way, which is like 100% random. I know a lot of people like have stipulations and rules now. I just like to do it regular. But here's the inside of the palette. So the shade that randomly rolled in is called Lovely Bunch. It's this shade right here. There's a dip in it, if you can tell. There we go. Yeah, so this is a really pretty palette. I know it went pretty viral a while ago, like years and years ago. But this is actually one of the only palettes that, like, when I rolled it in, I started using like all of the shades. Like, I know I've used this one, Get Crackin', a few times. I've used this one in the middle like 10 times probably. I've used this one like a good 5 times. I've used this one up top a good 5 times. It's actually really funny because, you know, usually I only focus on the one shade, but this one has got a lot of love. This shade I've used 9 times. So, yeah, super good every day, lightly warm tone crease shade. It does have the biggest dip in here, but yeah, I'm making progress on all of them. So that's it right there. A great shade to like build up too. So that one's really fun. It's called a Lovely Bunch. I know I said that, but and last but not least, the 5th palette in here is from Essence, and this is what it looks like. This is the Dancing Green eyeshadow palette. So when they're mini palettes, they have, what is it, $3.99, like $4. These are the kind of things I throw into my Ulta order if I'm trying to get like free shipping or the gift with purchase or something, because they're literally $4 and they're so cute. The only complaint is the like writing is rubbing off already, and I think this is my newest one, so that's kind of sad. But here's what it looks like. So the shade I have in here is called Night is Young, and it's the dark green in the bottom middle right here. Tiny little disturbance, tiny little dip. But yeah, it's a very dark pigmented shade. This is my favorite color, by the way. I love this shade, like dark green is my favorite color, and then hot pink. But I've only used this one 5 times. Just because, I don't know, it's spring and I want to wear like light colors. That's why I've been like struggling with the conspiracy one too. But there you can see that. Now I'll swatch it. There it is right there. Look how pigmented that is. I know it's pretty powdery, but it's also very pigmented. So there it is right there. Doesn't look as green as it did, but that's my color story. I just realized that's an extremely fall color story, like warm tones and greens. But yeah, that's my color story right now because it's 100% random. So I've only used this one 5 times. It's obviously staying in. I know these pans probably aren't that deep because they're only $4 for 6 shadows, which is crazy, but yeah, they even sell those at Target, I've seen. Okay, so I have my app up and I have my notebook with all my palettes in it. I'm going to randomly roll in 2 palettes, so let's see. 1 through 157, by the way, sorry my coffee's in the video. The first one is going to be 89. Okay, and then I'm gonna roll 1 more. 35. Okay, whoa. I need to start writing that down. 89 and 35. Oh my gosh, no way. Hang on. Let me see if that's still right. So out of 157 palettes, I rolled 35 twice. 35 is literally my Essence Dancing Green palette. So I'm going to have to re-roll, but that's crazy. I've got duplicates, 35 and 35. Sorry about my handwriting. It's usually good, but not in my own notebooks. That's why I don't show that. But anyways, let me re-roll. So instead of 35, we're doing 133. Okay? That's so weird. Makes you wonder how random it actually is, you know? But okay. 89. 2 pretty high numbers for the thing. Okay, 89 is from Revolution, Makeup Revolution, and it's my Dr. Seuss Green Eggs and Ham palette. And 133 is, oh, another ColourPop palette. It is the ColourPop Blue Moon. So we're going to get some color because the Blue Moon is 9 shades of blue. And the Green Eggs and Ham has a lot of greens and warm tones. So at least I know I'll get 1 cool tone this month. Okay, but I'll be right back. I'll grab those. Okay, I'm back, everyone. I have the 2 palettes. So let me just say I'm not surprised I got Revolution and ColourPop because those are my 2 biggest categories, I believe. So the first one, 89, was my Makeup Revolution Green Eggs and Ham palette from Dr. Seuss. There's 8 shades in here. So I have my number generator from 1 to 8. Here it is right here. I'll just go ahead and say the only ones I don't want are probably this one and that one, just because they're too like gold, which I am tired of right now. But anything else would be fun, especially this like pale yellow or this green. Yeah, so 1 through 8. one. Okay, so one is this shade right here. So it's kind of like a green shimmer. I'm totally fine with that. Yeah, they don't have shade names. It's just shade 1. So let's see. It looks like I've swatched it before. I've never used this palette. I've just swatched 4 of the shades. Here it is right here. Oh yeah, that's fun. It's like a yellowish green. Swatch is good too. There it is. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Okay. There's that one. And next is the ColourPop Blue Moon palette. So I'll put in 1 through 9. 9 shades in this one. Okay, here we go. Yep, just all blues. So definitely gonna get a cool tone, which I'm super excited about. I love colorful eyeshadows, so any of these I'd be so happy with. Obviously, like these bright matte blues would probably be the hardest. That dark blue would be the hardest. The one I'd really want is probably one of these light blues, or this silvery, or that one. They'd all be really cool. Okay, so 1 through 9. 2. Okay, 2 is this one up here called Dabadi. Okay, so it's kind of like this. I've never even used it before. It still has the print on it. It's kind of like this like periwinkle color. Like it almost looks purplish blue. So let's see. Let's swatch it for the first time. It's kind of like powdery, falling apart a little. That's the swatch on my hand. Look how vibrant that is. That's so exciting. And this will be cute for spring, I think. And for summer. Yeah, summer's in like, what, tomorrow? There it is right there. It's not swatching the best. It's kind of more of like a powdery blue. Let me try swatching it like up here. Kind of sideways. It's swatching like terribly. Maybe, I'm sure it works better with the like with a brush. There we go. Yeah, it's so pretty. It matches the color story horribly. This one definitely fits in, but this blue does not. But I'm super excited. Look at that. Okay, yay. I'm happy with the blue. So, it won't be done anytime soon, but it'll be fun to have a color in here. So, those are my new ones. Probably the next pan would definitely be in this Jeffree Star Conspiracy, I'd have to say. In that one. And I don't know. Other than that, they're all pretty much brand new. I'm assuming this one can't be that deep, but yeah. That's all I have for this update. Thanks for watching. Bye.